Hi, I'm Becca. How you doing? Cowboys fan, obviously. Got crap all over my face because I'm old. So I just thought I would start telling people about my experiences with things. And the thing that I'm dealing with right now is migraines. Since the beginning of the year, I've had migraines since I was 24. Migraines. I used to get them from mixed lighting. And then it got worse into my years when I sold cars, and I'd be outside those big plate glass windows with all the windshields in front of me. So then I got another kind of migraine, and I learned how to just control them by controlling my environment. Which was easier once I became a mortgage loan processor and I was inside all the time. So now I work from home. So that's a little bit about me, so I can control my lighting. Well, the issue with that is there's a lot of things I can't do, or I can only do for a short amount of time. And I'm healthy. I might not look that healthy, but I'm pretty damn healthy. Haven't had much problems. I don't have high blood pressure and that kind of crap, but I have migraines. I have migraines and I have hypoglycemia. So let me talk to you about my migraines. That's what I wanted to talk about. So I tried my best thing I could use was Midrin, and maybe you can relate to that if you've had migraines. So Midrin was like the very first migraine medicine, and you would take it, and it would take about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. By the time it affected you, it would stop you in your migraine right where it was. So I'd take two Midrins, I'd take a bunch of Advil, and if I was lucky, a Percocet or something like that. I would smoke a bowl or two really fast and hold it to try to get as much painkiller going because I knew I was going to be sick very soon. Then I would lay down in a dark room with the fan on and cover my face, and my brain would just go crazy because it didn't affect anything except pain-wise. I was alert and didn't want to just lay there and be in my own brain. But anyway, whole nother story, right? So things moved on. They quit making Midrin about a year ago, and 2 years ago, but I had so much left over, and I wished I wouldn't have thrown so many away because I had so much. Stupid thing, don't ever throw your meds away. Anyway, that's not a doctor, that's me telling you. Anyway, so then I saw on TV just recently, like last year, I started getting more migraines. Last September, I got several in a week. I got to where I was only having 2 a year, maybe 4 if I was unlucky. But it was all from light because I controlled everything. But then all of a sudden last September, that would be September 2020, I started getting migraines day after day for about a week straight. And then they went away, and then came the beginning of the year. Of course, right after I started a new job, same thing. January and February are, because of climate change, all our weather's different than it's ever been before. So that brought in these big storms, and it's like 4 or 5 days before they would come in, I would get a pain in my neck right here, and I would get sick. I'd get a migraine 2, 3, 4 days in a row. Well, I was out of Midrin. My battery's about to go bad. And so all I had was my Percocets. My doctor's kind enough to give me 10 Percocets a year for just such things. I think everybody should have a few painkillers and a few muscle relaxers, because who doesn't come across some kind of pain on a monthly or sometime in a year? And we always have to pull a leg, pull a foot, toothache. Come on, folks, help people out. Don't make us have to stick to the over-the-counter. Although I think Advil's probably one of the best pain relievers there are, but it doesn't knock you out like you want to be. Rub my stuff in, get rid of any wrinkles, right? So anyway. So this year, I've started a new job, doing the same thing. I work from home, mortgage loan processor, high stress, lots of things in my life, COVID, kids, grandkids, just finances, soon to be ex-husbands, all that fun stuff. So I saw this commercial for Ubrelvy, ooh, these are green, Ubrelvy. The other Ubrelvys I've had were pink. And they're 100 milligrams too, so I'm curious, because these are the ones they had advertised on TV, which was advertised by Serena Williams. And that's where I saw it, and I thought, dude, I'm going to try it. So I got like my third migraine in a row. I was all out of pills, and I was desperate. No insurance. So I called my doctor, who begrudgingly did a phone thing with me, a video conference, and gave me a prescription of them. Well, man, I tell you, the first couple times I didn't notice as much. It did take it away, but now, if I start to, it's not even. I don't even. Usually, I would sit and I'd kind of get that fuzzy thing, just something where I like, oh no, I cover my eyes, right? And I'd like, all right, I can get rid of it, and I'd wear my glasses, and I'd take some Advil, and I'd make sure and control everything, and then I'd still get one. And then I'd have to take a pill. Well, now, because they're so expensive, they're so hard to get, because my doctor only give me a few at a time. Now I don't even care. The second I get that little fuzzy thing that I know is going to turn into a migraine, I take one. And about 20, 30 minutes tops, I'm good, dude. It doesn't affect my thinking. It may be a tiny bit, but nowhere near before. I mean, before I would be out the whole rest of the day and talk about stress, and then maybe even the next day if I didn't catch it soon enough. So, and what do? You lay in bed and you're lonely and you inside your brain. Sorry, I look like shit. Decided to do this. I always look like shit, so let's not even get ourselves. I look good, rarer than I look like shit, so that's okay. I'm not trying to get a man or a family or any of that shit, and I got good friends. So anyway, I wanted to tell you these Ubrelvy, they're great work. Well, so then I started hearing about Nurtec, which is the one that first it was Kardashian did it, right? Chloe, and then it was Whoopi Goldberg talked about it. And what Whoopi Goldberg said is these are disintegrating, which is interesting because when I used to be a licensed medical, whatever it was, that happens quicker if you put it dissolves. If it dissolves in your mouth, it disintegrates oral just like quick. Same thing with CBD oil or whatever. So anyway, I saw these, and one of the things that Whoopi Goldberg had said was that they are preventative. Say what? Yes, preventative. Now let me step back and say, back in the, 2007, 8, I was going to a different doctor, and I don't even remember her name, but, back then we had HMOs, and you had to go to wherever you could. But anyway, I went, and she was, sorry, my under eye things, she said, let's just test it. Next time you get a migraine, you come here. Well, I was working way down south. She was at Flint Ridge and Academy, and I was down at the bottom. There was no fast way to get there, especially then, before the highway was widened. So anyway, by the time I would drive there, I'd be so bad. I'd be like, bent over looking with one eye trying to get there. And then she started putting me on these Trexes. There's several other Trex ones, especially back then. And I'd take them, and I'd go set them, and it threw me into worse ones. We tried 2. Seriously, only 2. The second one was just as bad. So I went home. I did what I did only that one time. And the next time I got a migraine, I got in my car, started that damn rodeo, and drove all the way there and went in, and she just gave me whatever the next med was, and same thing. So after that, I was like, I just don't want to try it anymore. Let's go back to Midrin. And I was happy with that. Well, then I got with Dr. Bodman. Gosh, I've been with Dr. Bodman for probably since then. So 13, 14 years. And I've had migraines all along. Some places I had to work. I had to be without fluorescence. So he had to write me notes. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. So, Nurtec, right? It says that it will prevent them. So again, my insurance is not very good. So I they have the portals that you can use with your insurance, which is fantastic. And you can actually talk to your doctor. So I pleaded with him to please allow me to try this, but still give me the other prescription for my Ubrelvy, just in case, because I know this works. And I'm scared to try this. Because like I said, if it doesn't work, how long do I wait? I can't take one of these after taking one of these for at least 24 hours. That's risky shit. I mean, I know that maybe, but if I'm out for 2 or 3 days, it's work, it's fun, it's just my life and my attitude, my mental stability. Not that I have any problem being happy, because most of the time I'm pretty damn happy. So anyway, this is a big try to try this. So I will let you know how it works. So then I go. So he says, okay, just don't do it in 24 hours, blah, blah, blah. He really is a good guy. He tries to be kind of strict, but he knows I'm not out there screwing things over. So He's always been very good to me. Anyway, Dr. Mark Bodman, great guy. So anyway, so I go pick it up at the at the pharmacy. I've been going to that pharmacy forever. I think they've been there for about, I don't know, 13, 15 years. They might have been built before we bought this house, which is right down the street from the old house, and the same King Supers I've gone to forever. Anyway, so I go to see her, and I make sure I go, because I see my kids get my prescriptions, so I never have a car. That's a whole nother story. And so I go, and the same lady, red-haired lady, I think her name is, anyway, it begins with a J, super nice gal. And so she tells me, well, you know, have you taken it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I want to take it for the preventative. And she said, well, I suggest you try to use it when you get a migraine first. And then if that works, start trying the preventative. What's a preventative? Every other day. But they'll only give you 8 at a time. So every other day, so that's 16 days. There's 30 days in a month. So they'd have to give me at least 2 more of these to get through it. And we don't know, you know, long-term damage, stuff like that. But if I didn't have to worry about getting a migraine, I mean, I don't know how much worse it is taking this every other day than taking this 4 or 5 times a month. I guess this might be worse. I don't know. And they don't know because it's brand new. Anyway, that's where we're at. Yes, on the Ubrelvy. If you can get this shit, Ubrelvy, best stuff going. I will let you know about this. And I have lots of other things I would like to share. So here's Becca calling you from my, you know, looking my best. Thanks for listening, and let me know what you think of any of these things or what you do. I know it's all very personal. Migraines are very personal. And we all know those people that really get migraines, that not everybody gets migraines, and how they affect you. So let's talk.